Hey teachers, one thing that you may find easy to use with your students is using Smart Recorder to be a teachable tool if you're going to be working with distance learning. So I wanted to go through the process of creating a video, some recommendations for you as you're creating videos, and then the next video will be on how to edit your video if you need to edit it using a program on your laptops. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to my tray down here of programs, and I'm going to go to the Smart Notebook tray, and I'm going to pick Recorder. When I click on Recorder, something's going to pop up that looks like this. When you see this icon up here, that is to show you that you can record a video of your screenshot. Right now, you can see I'm using Smart Recorder to make this video, so that's why you see that it's already recording, but there will be a record button and then a pause button. I can use the pause button to take a break, or I can use it to, if I make a mistake, I can click the pause button, I can come back and redo it, and then we can edit later. And so what I do is move it up to the top right, or if you have two screens, you can move it over, and then they can't see it. The next thing you can do is actually use Smart Notebook to create your lessons. So I'm going to open up Smart Notebook, and I'm just going to go over a few of the tools to make it as easily as possible for you. My number one recommendation is if we still have access to the building, is to create these lessons while you're hooked into your smartboard, because then you can use your pen easy enough. So just so you know how this works, if I want to create multiple pages, I've got my page menu right here. I can click the plus button here and add pages. What I find to work best is if I want to get fancy and use a special background, I'll create that special background with one slide, and then I right click on it and duplicate the slide. So I'll show you that real quick. I can right click over here, I can set the background fill. I like to get fancy, so I can click that gradient, and then you can see, so you can use Wolftrap colors if you want, some green and white, and everything else. I like that, so that's going to go, and I'm happy with that slide, so I can click that plus button, and I'm going to open up my page menu again. Sorry, that's the wrong button. I'm going to come up here to open up my page button. And you can see all of these pages are white backgrounds, but this one's green. I don't want to have to right click and do gradient fill again, so I can right click on this slide, and I can just do clone page, which is also Control D. So you can do it manually with a click, or I'm going to go to my keyboard and do Control D as many times as I want. Here you can get creative. Wherever you click, you can start typing, and you can do maybe a math lesson on addition. So there's your math lesson on addition. You can have your voice going in the background if you're up at your screen. You can also take your pen off of the tray, and you can start saying, okay, today, boys and girls, we're going to learn how to show 2 plus 3 equals 5 with pictures. So if you have a whiteboard or a piece of paper in front of you, boys and girls, what I want you to do is to show something that is 2, and then the plus button, and show something that is 3. Obviously, teachers, this is as basic as it gets. You can get as creative as you want. You can prepare the slides beforehand with disappearing ink and moving pictures and everything else. But this is the basic for what you can do with teaching your class if we go to distance learning. Now, when you're finished with your recording, you're going to want to push the stop button. When you click that stop button, I'm not going to click it because that's going to stop the recording. You're going to click it, it's going to ask you where you want to save it. So when you save things, that's just a reminder. You need to be on VPN and everything else, but you can click, it'll come up with that folder button. You tell it where you want to save, and what I would do is on your H drive, create a distance learning folder, and then you can create math, language arts, social studies, whatever you need to teach them, and you can save that in those folders. My recommendation is to use the county's lessons that they have. They've got some smartboard lessons up. Use eCart, you can go online, and then if you just record your voice over it, your students have you, and they're being taught by you and how you want it to be taught. So that's just a quick lesson on how to use Smart Notebook and Smart Recorder on how to create a lesson for distance learning.